Hey guys. Good night, guys. Good night, good night, good night. How are you? Good night, good night. Guys, can you just let me know how is the sound? Can you guys hear me really well? Can you hear me? Just give me a thumbs up, a like, something so I can know that you guys actually hear me pretty good. Let me see. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you. Come on in, come on in. Hey, Miss P. Hey, Miss P. It's so good to see you tonight. I appreciate you so much, love. I appreciate you a million. And look who's in the house. It's Connie Barnes. Connie Barnes. Hey, Connie Barnes. Good night, my love. Good night. Welcome, welcome. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, for joining the live, and for hanging out tonight, Friday night. Listen. Can you guys believe that it's almost the end of the year? Like next weekend is Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We are almost at the end of the year. Like for real, for real, for real. I'm hoping that whatever plans you guys have for this season, that it is all looking good, it is looking beautiful, and everything is coming together with all the challenges and all the things that we see happening, especially this year. This year has been a lot of things happen, a lot of changes happen this year. And I really realized that the pressure is on. Really, the pressure is on for us to really get back in shape, like really get back in shape mentally and take this thing to another level, right? Even to see what we saw. I don't know if you guys are familiar with, all these suicides and stuff that's going on. I really, really hope that whatever you guys are going through, whatever situations that you guys are facing, I really trust, pray, and hope that you hang in there. You really hang in there. There's a plan for you. There's a mission for you, and he's not done with you yet. God is not done with you. And I really trust, I really hope, I really pray that you don't give up so easily. You don't give up so quickly, but take the time to see that you are valuable, you are worth it, and you have a mission and there's a purpose on your life, and you cannot leave. You cannot stop right now. You have a lot to do and a lot of things to offer, and you are definitely needed here. Right. So, yes, it's your girl Nessa. Right. Thank you for joining me tonight here live every Friday night on Healing Your Silence. Thank you guys so much. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up. You can share this live with anyone. Share the information. Go ahead. If you find that this information was useful for you, please go ahead and share the information out so that people can get this message, right? We can send it out to them and continue to share what we do on this channel. As you know, our mission here is to empower you to become your greatest self. And in order to do that, we go into unhealed wounds and we try to get them sorted out, right? As painful as it is, as hard as it is, we really dive deep in to be able to take care of these unhealed wounds. As the season approaches, you're going to get a lot of hoovers. You're going to get a lot of pressure, a lot of attention that the narc wants to be with you, wants to be in your presence, wants you to take on their responsibility. And as you know, the holidays, you'll be left sad because what they're going to do is destroy your holiday season, right? So I really would love for us to take a moment and start looking at some of the things that's most beneficial to us. And that's really bossing up. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Just to take a little touch and a look at what confidence look like and to see how you're able to be confident, be bold, and be one of your best self, right? There's a lot of steps to it, and we can't rush the process. You can't rush the process. You can't skip the process. It's necessary for us to be able to do the work, do the legwork, put in the work, put in the effort, and put in the time. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight, right? So I really want to touch on a couple of things that I wrote up a few little things that we could go ahead and talk about. And one of the first things that I wanted to point out is that focusing on yourself, is most important, right? It's best if you could focus on yourself. And in order to do that, you want to know some of the things that you're able to control. So if you're able to control things, that's all you need to focus on. Don't worry about the things that you can't control, because the things that you can't control is well out of your reach. So it's a process that you start to go within, and you start going inside in such a way that it almost feels rebellious. It feels somewhat painful, because it's like you're putting aside your anger. Because remember, these unhealthy people, these narcissistic, unhealthy people have torn you down. They have destroyed your confidence. They have told you that you are not worth anything. They have told you that you don't have no purpose here. You're worthless. And now you have dependent on them. You have been dependent on them for so long that you've lost your voice. You've lost your identity. So you don't know who you've become. So you're out here struggling. You're out here trying to figure it out. And really and truly, there's a certain amount of things that you're able to control. And once you realize that you can only control certain things, that's all you really want to be responsible for. There's other things that are outside of you that you do not have control over. And that's one of those people is the narcissist. So you do not have control over the narcissist. You do not have control what they do. So a lot of times I see or hear people talk about the narcissist. What if they cheat? What if I meet somebody else? Or forget about the narcissist for this second, right? What if I meet someone else, and what if they cheat on me? What am I gonna do? Like, I don't know what to do. What do you mean you don't know what to do? If they cheat on you, so if they're gonna leave, let them leave. Okay. How is it that the narcissist, they're not afraid of losing you, but you are afraid of losing them? You're not worth anything? You don't have no values? You don't have no belief system, no core, like you're not worth anything? Don't buy into this foolishness as if you're going to lose them. If you're going to lose someone out your life, they weren't meant to be in your life. You can't lose what's yours. You can't lose what was meant to be for you. It's yours. It's destined to be for you. So you can't lose what's yours already. Right? But if that person, you feel so scared and traumatized that you're going to lose this person, they weren't meant to be in your life. They weren't supposed to be there to begin with. Do not worry about things that you can't control. That's one of the things that's really important, right? You cannot control their behaviors. You cannot control their actions. If someone decides not to be loyal and dedicated to you as an individual, as their partner, that is not someone that you want in your life. They're not there for you. They don't mean you no good, and you need to excuse them out of your life. What you can control your emotions. You can control your anger. You can control your feelings. You can control things about you. You can control the way how you respond to things. You can also control the way how you treat other people, the way how you do things. You have control of these small things. So you might not think that you have control over anything, but in reality, you really do. You have control over who you are as a person, and that's going to help you to start finding your true voice and start finding yourself. The more you continue to do the work, this is a part of the shadow work. This is a part of the work behind the scenes. And the more you do this work, it will show up. It will be a part of your day-to-day attitude, and it will show in your confidence and the way how you communicate and handle yourself when you go out. The narcissist took a part of you that is beyond repair. So they thought. They're celebrating because they thought, right? That they broke you, that they destroyed you, that you would not rise again, that you would not speak again, that you would not be doing things again. They had you wrong. They had the wrong thoughts about you, and they had the wrong perception of who you are. Okay? Do not buy into these foolishness. They're not valid. They don't exist. Okay? The best thing you could do for yourself is to know that you are worth it. Okay? And remember, they're not even standing tall without you. They're not standing strong without you. You are the foundation of this relationship. You are the strong one in this relationship. You are the person who is standing bold. You're the one bringing creativity. You're bringing ideas. You are bringing a lot of things to this relationship. So don't think for a second that if you lose that narcissist, you're going to cry over them. You are not going to cry over them. You are not going to cry over them. You are not going to cry over things that you can't control. They choose to not love you, be loyal to you, and care about you when they're outside of your presence. And forget about it. They actually do it in your presence. You could be sitting right next to them or in the same household with them, and they're texting someone else. They're on the phone with someone else. And guess what? You think everything is normal, but they're already making preparation to go out to their new supply. So they're not loving you the way they're supposed to love you. They're not supporting you the way they're supposed to support you. So why are you worried about losing them? They should be more concerned about losing you. They should be more concerned if they're going to be losing you, because you are the prize. You are value. You are valuable. Don't listen. The only person you can control is yourself. Focus on the things that you're able to control, which is yourself. Hey, homeless hearts. Thanks for joining, Shy. And I see Bernard here. Naturals, thank you guys so much for joining. I so appreciate you. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do not forget to go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead, hit the like, share the information, right? So remember, guys, the only person that you can control is yourself. And the more you continue to support yourself, to control yourself and control your actions and the things that you do, is the better for you. Hey, Unique, good night. Welcome. The better it is for you is to know that the only person you can control is yourself. You cannot control what someone else seems to try to do with you, right? But you can maintain you as a person. The next point that I wanted to bring up after that is to accept yourself, right? Be able to accept yourself for who you are. If you don't, all right, there's, for example, right? Let's talk about it. Let's kind of dive in a little bit deeper, right? There's a few things that you might not like about yourself. And what these things do is they create insecurities. Okay. When you start to feel insecure about something and uncomfortable about something, you start to shut down, you start to cave in, and it feels like the world is staring at you and you become scared. So your confidence is a part of you that you're going to start building. So start accepting the things that you do not like about yourself or that you're not comfortable with about yourself. If you don't like the way how your hair looks, start embracing it. Get to a point where you're comfortable with how you look, how you feel. The things that you can't change, do not worry about them. You were made this way. Start accepting who you are as a person. You didn't ask to be here. You didn't ask to be created this way. Accept who you are. Because when you start approaching a situation being uncomfortable, you start to lead with that fear. You start to lead with that level of insecurity. And that's what the narcissists, they prey on that because they can smell fear a mile away. I was on the phone talking with a client today, and that was a part of our conversation today. And I broke it down into this simple form to say, let's think about this, right? For Burberry, and we'll just use perfume as an example because that was a perfect example that we used, right? Burberry, the company itself, is the founder and CEO of the fragrance Burberry. Now they have different fragrance, right? Burberry Her, Burberry Brit, Burberry London. Listen, they have Burberry Touch, Weekend. They have quite a few variety of Burberry fragrances, but the CEO and the founder knows their brand. They know the scent, they know the smell of their brand, and they created it, right? So let's think about it in another spec. The narcissist is the founder of lies, deceit, deception. That's the founder and CEO, the narcissist toxic people. They're rooted in this, right? So you now, on the other hand, you might be that person that you probably bought Burberry London, which is just one of their fragrance, but it's been rooted in you for so long that you now smell, you carry that smell with you, right? So even though you have other areas that have already been cleaned up, you still have one of the fragrance lingering. Now, the narcissist knows this. The narcissist is the founder and the CEO of toxic, unhealthy, abusive relationship. So they're here with these toxic behaviors, and you are over here just wearing one of their fragrance, just one, but they can smell you from a mile away. They can smell you, they can sniff you out because you're carrying one of their fragrances. You're carrying one of the things that is a part of them. They are the founder and CEO of toxic, unhealthy, narcissistic, abusive relationship, situationship. They're destructive people by nature. So that's their DNA. That's their makeup. That's them. And you're here wearing one of their fragrance in reference to, right? The Burberry, Brit, London, or whatever. They're the CEO of the company, right? And here you are rocking one of their fragrances. Don't you think they're going to spot you a mile away? And what you think that fragrance represents to you, that brokenness inside, that trauma that's inside that you have not taken the time to heal, that broken wound, that trauma, and you keep pushing it to the side. You can't push it to the side far enough. It will still be a part of you because you have not taken the time to heal this wound. You have not taken the time to go deep within and pay attention to the things that are hurting you the most. Go back to who you are and find the root cause of what's been hurting you so long. The narcissist can smell you 1,000 miles away and you keep attracting them. You realize it's not one narcissist, it's not two, three, four. The list goes on and on and on. Why you think the list goes on? Because there's that wound in you that's a part of them. Remember, they're the CEO, the whole company over here that creates all of these toxic traits and all of these behavior. And you over here just got one out of this. You just got one little piece. And it's just a piece of you that's broken. That's that one little piece that you have. But guess what? It's still a part of what they consider to be resource. It's their life. It's their foundation. They're built up on this. So if you're taking one thing that they're built up on, guess what? You're still representing a part of them. You're still representing a piece of them. It's like having shares in a company and you still getting residual checks, even though you no longer work with the company. Oh, what? Pull yourself away from these people. Get in, go deep within and pull. Listen, it's going to be ugly. You think it's ugly being with them right now? You think it's ugly being with them right now? It gets worse. It gets uglier on the other side when you really start to go deep and dive deep within. It gets even worse, but it's necessary. I remember going through it. I remember my stomach hurting and pain, like you giving birth. You're in pain, and I remember. See, I'm holding my stomach right now because I can remember the pain of how it hurts. The healing part of things, on the healing side of things, when you start to heal. When you start to heal a wound and you have to repeatedly go to the doctor for the doctor to clean the wound again and to put new medication on it, it hurts all over again. It's the same thing when it comes to the narcissist. It hurts all over again because you have to relive these traumas. You have to really assess, analyze the situation, and really find the core value as to what happened. What were you doing? What caused you to be so attracted to this person? What is in you that is drawing them closer to you? What magnet, what source are you linked to that is pulling them in more and more? And everywhere you seem to go, you're attracting them, but you're not able to identify them. You are not able to identify the narcissist because you're carrying a piece of their DNA, a piece of their makeup. And in reality, you could point the finger to them all you want, but it's in you. It's a piece of you that they recognize. Now it's familiarity. Once they recognize that familiar spirit, they start to bond together. And that's why you guys bond. But remember the core foundation of love. Love is not boastful. Love don't hurt. Love does not have to win. And love is not prideful. Love is not prideful. It don't hurt. It don't hurt. It don't hurt. It don't challenge you to be better than you. No. Love ignites a fire in you to bring out the best in you. Love makes you want to be a better person. It makes you want to do good. It makes you want to be productive. It makes you want to go out there. It makes you want to win. It makes you want to take on the challenges of this world. It makes you want to do things you never thought you could do before. Love don't hurt. Love don't send you to bed crying in pain, in tears. That's not what love does. Don't accept that kind of love. That's pain. That's brokenness. Don't walk around being ashamed of what you went through. Don't be ashamed because you love someone and they chose to hurt you. Do not be ashamed because you chose to love someone and they chose to hurt you. But guess what I'm going to tell you? They knew from the beginning, they knew from the get-go that they were going to hurt you. They knew from day one they were going to hurt you. So when you pop in and you think that you guys just having a rough patch, you just having a bad relationship, let me tell you something, that's not so. They are there to hurt you because that's their intention. Since day one, they already knew they was going to do this to you. They knew exactly how they was going to devour you, how they was going to destroy you. They know. That's the reason I'm telling you guys, focus really on these tips I give you all the time. And anywhere else you get positive, influential information, take it. Because once you start to really understand the core value of these people, you will remove yourself and you would not want to mingle or intertwine with these people because their intentions are not good. And if someone does not have good intentions for you, it's either it's good or it's bad. There's no gray area there. It's either you're for me or you're against me. Why would I want to continuously mingle with you and I know you're not with me? I know you're not supportive of me. I know you're jealous of me. I know you're envious of me. And I know because of how you treat me. You never say kind words to me. You never encourage me. You never build me up. You never root and cheer on for me. But instead, you want me to remind you of how good you are. You want to be praised. You want to be celebrated. But me, I'm not worth any celebration? Who am I? I can't get no celebration? Guys, I listen, I can't say this enough. Do the work. The shadow work. Do the work. Reach out for help. Like I tell you guys all the time, you don't always have to come to me. There's other resourceful people. If you feel more comfortable with them, be comfortable, but do not run away from the process. Do not run away from the work. Do not shy away from the work. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Hey, Rico. Thanks for coming in, Rico. I appreciate you. Lovely Sandy, sorry, lovely Sandy. Good night, y'all. Thank you so much again for coming in. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out, right? Do the work. Do the work. You're the one who's going to reap the benefit. Hey, Vivian. Mwah. Thank you, love. Remember to hit the like button, guys. Don't forget. Go ahead, give me a like, all right? Do the shadow work. It's necessary. It's important for you to put in that time, put in that work, because you're going to get the benefit. Tell me, if you knew all the plans, if you knew everything how tomorrow was going to turn out, would you still go through with tomorrow? I don't think you would. I don't think you would, because you want to orchestrate and control everything. And like we said before, everything, you're not going to be able to control everything. So control the things that you have, that you're able to control. Accept who you are as a person. All your insecurities, all your flaws, the things that you don't like, the things that you don't feel confident about, accept them. They're a part of you. They made you up. You were, all your flaws, you might think that something is so ugly about you or whatever you think, but there's someone else who thinks it's absolutely beautiful, and it just sets you apart from other people. It's such a set apart that you stand out and you show how bold, courageous, and rare of a person you are. You are one of a kind, and you need to remember that. You need to remember that. Don't sleep on that, okay? Confidence is really about accepting and acknowledging where you focus your energy. So wherever you focus your energy, it's going to grow. If you focus your energy on seeing yourself in a negative light, you will grow negatively. And negative brings darkness. Darkness brings destruction. Think about the direction that you want to go. You start to accept who you are. Walk in confidence, because confidence just simply means you're making a conscious decision to choose to be positive, to choose to be productive, to choose to be encouraging, to choose to be good. You're making a conscious choice, and that's really what it is. People who do not have confidence, people who lack confidence, are very much ashamed. They're ashamed of who they are. They're ashamed of the decisions that they've made. Do not be ashamed of your experience. Do not be ashamed of the things that you've gone through. It's a part of who you are. It's a part of the process. It's a part of the journey. It's a part of everything that you're destined to be, and even better. Keep expanding. Do not, the next point I got, right, is to keep expanding. Do not restrict yourself. Do not tie yourself into a little ball to say, this is it. Like this is just a little ball. And I'm just like, this is it. This is just my comfort zone. And here, start off small. Start off very small with small areas. Challenge yourself to little things. Start off really small. Start from here. And if you're in this little spot and you feel comfortable enough and okay, all right, I feel good right here. Now expand a little bit, go a little bit further, and continue to grow, continue to evolve, and just stay right there until you're comfortable again. Once you find yourself becoming complacent and comfortable, expand a little bit more. And you keep going a little bit more. And by the time you know it, you're growing, you're evolving, you're becoming such a bold, beautiful, confident man or woman. And it tells a lot about you because it tells your story that you are walking with grace. You are walking with confidence. You are walking in authority. You are walking with such a strong aura, with such a beautiful energy that it attracts the right people to you. You do not have to go out there searching. You won't have to search for love. You won't have to search for happiness because you're already walking in your authority. You're walking in your boldness. You're walking in your courageous self because what? You have accepted who you are. You realize that you can only control the things that you're able to control. So you understand the assignment, right? You can only control what you're able to control. You accept your flaws. You accept your insecurities. You accept everything about you. And now you're expanding on your comfort zone. So here you are building, 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 growing, evolving because you've now accepted your flaws, everything about you. You start to accept it. It's not to say, oh, I love myself so much and all this craziness. It's not that. You accept it. You own it. It's a part of you. So now you grow, you evolve, and you expand your circle. You expand the areas of opportunity. You expand the things that you want to see better for yourself. Continue to grow as a person. Think of the times when you started to do something, right? And for the first time, you were scared. It felt awkward. It felt nervous. And you're like, oh my goodness, am I really doing this? What am I doing? You're struggling. Okay. All right. I could do this. I remember playing pool. Man, I look awkward. I do not know what to do. Yeah, but I was doing it. I felt awkward, but I was present. I knew I needed to try something new, come out of my comfort zone. And yeah, I still can't play pool, but the point is to come out of your comfort zone and try. I'm going to try again to play pool because what? I don't feel so awkward as the first time I tried it with my girlfriends. We went out and hung out. I don't feel so awkward. But sometimes, even to make things better for you, right? Practice. Maybe do something on your own privately where it doesn't involve people that you feel like you're going to be ashamed being around them. Practice in a small setting. Practice by yourself. Take private lessons so that would help you to build up your confidence. Maybe start doing dancing, singing, some activity that's going to help you to boost your confidence. Do it in private until you're able to do it in front of 2, 3, 4 people and expand. You have to grow. Do not confine yourself to a small, tiny space. You are so much more than that. You are so much more than that. You have so much inside of you to offer. You're creative. That's why the narcissist chose you. The narcissist wanted to be like you. They chose you because they see what you have inside of you, but because you don't see it. That's the reason that you don't believe in yourself. That's the reason that you keep going back to that unhealthy, toxic relationship because it's familiar. It's familiar. So you go back to it continuously because you crave it. Your soul is attached to it so much that you crave it. You don't know how to be independent of that because you have not healed that part of you inside that's attached to that spirit. That soul tie, that bond that was created, you have to break away. And the breaking away part, I can't tell you that it's easy because it's not, but it gets easier over time. It gets easier over time. And guess what? My next point that I wanted to bring to you guys is exactly what I'm doing for myself. Don't let failure go to waste. Don't let failure go to waste. Everything that you've gone through. Hi, Demetria. Mwah. Everything that you've gone through, everything that you've experienced is a part of the process. Those failed experience, those trials, those errors, those failed experience is a part of the process because that's teaching you that you're getting wisdom. You learning how to be creative, how to do something and how to come out of it productive. All these inventions, don't you think they failed? They tried, they did it so many times, and they had to come up with a new formula. It didn't work this time. How many times they did with the airplane, the light bulb? We know the story. We know the story. We are no different from the journey. It's the same script, different person. You do not have to reinvent the wheel, y'all. Different person, same process, same thing. Do not give up. Keep going, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep doing it. Man, you can do it. You are worth it. You are so much bolder. You are so much stronger. You have so much to offer. You have so much to give. You are given life. You are given life. Such a life, such a fire is coming from you. That light that is, listen, don't you know that narcissistic, toxic, these unhealthy people are dumbing down your light? They're trying to blighten your light so that it won't shine. But the boldest, greatest thing about that is that your lights can't go out. Your lights can't be dimmed. Your light must shine. It doesn't have to shine or maybe shine. It must shine because you are that. So they could try to put a match out the match, like put the light out on your light. It ain't gonna work. It won't work because guess what? Your light does not come from them. You do not get approval from them. They do not authorize your light. They do not give a sign off on your lights because they're not the source of your lights. You've given them your power. Now it's time to take back that power. Hey, Shamilia. Now it's time to get back that power. Okay. You have given it over to them so much. So here you are now because you've always had this power. Okay. Let's not listen. You've always had this power, but somewhere along the lines, you were going through something and you handed your power over to the narcissist. You handed your power over to them. So now they're in control of you. They authorize your transactions. They authorize everything that you do because you gave them your power. Uh-uh. 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 Take it back. Take back your power. Take it back. It's yours. Okay? You always had it. It's going to be hard because how can you give somebody something valuable that don't know how to handle it? Would you give a 3-year-old child a car to drive to take you to a destination? Why would you give your power to the narcissist and not take it back when you realize that you made a mistake to give them the wheel, to give them everything? You are in control. Take back your power. Get back in the driver's seat. Get back in position and continue to do what you was already doing. You was already on a journey. You was already on a mission. And the narcissist came in as a distraction. They are a distraction. They're there to distract you and to throw you off course. But because that light that's within you is so bright and is shining, beyond this world, they cannot stop your mission. They'll delay it. It will be delayed. Instead of going through, you have to go around. So now your mission will be delayed. Your purpose will be delayed, but it will be successful. It will come true. It's yours. It can't be for them. Take back your power. Don't let your failures go to waste. Don't let your failed experiences go to waste. Take the knowledge, take the experience out of it, and that's what you're going to use to continue to grow, to evolve, to become a better person. Take the failed stuff. Take the nights alone to learn how to be strong when no one else is around. Take the nights when they don't come home. Take the nights when you trying to call them, they shut their phones off. Take those nights of rejection to be validated. Take those times to validate yourself. Take those moments to value who you are as a person. These nights, these days, these times where they don't respect you, they don't care about you, learn how to respect yourself. Learn how to be that bold, strong person for yourself. They chose to disrespect you. It's a choice. They are making a conscious effort to destroy you. These narcissistic, toxic, unhealthy people are violating you and disrespecting you because they realize that you are not confident, you don't know your boundaries, and you have not exercised your boundaries between them. So they realize that because you are not confident, you don't know your boundaries, that's the reason they disrespect you. That's the reason that they do the things that they do. Because they realize that your boundaries are 0 to none. So they walk right over you. It's time to build back that confidence. It's time to boss up. It's time to get this back to a level where you are going to be a force to be reckoned with. You are. Boss up. Stand up to it. You know what? I don't treat myself this way. I don't treat myself this way. So I'm not going to allow you to treat me this way. I don't do this for me. So you're not going to do it to me. Simple. And if it means losing a few people along the way, then bye. So be it. Be gone. You might lose some people for a season. You might lose some people permanently, but guess what? You have to see the vision. You have to see where you're going. You have to look into your vision, your destination, and to see, does these people align with where I'm going? Do they add value to where I'm going? Because when I look into my destination and where I look into where I want to go, I don't see them in it. And this behavior, this toxic behavior is not in my future. So if this toxic behavior, if this mentality is not in my future, why am I dragging it with me? Why am I bound to it, carrying it every day? I saw something running through the medias constantly. I saw it. And it showed after you're gone, they're going to celebrate at your funeral. They're having a celebration at your funeral when you're gone. They're thinking about the next supply, the next person. They're moving on the next day. They're in a new relationship. If you're gone, the company is getting a new employee. They're moving on. Everyone is moving on. But everyone is choosing their self. Everyone is validating themselves. Why can't you validate you? Why can't you choose you? Part of you can't choose you. You're out tomorrow, they're replacing you the next day. They got your first of all, let's be honest. Let's be honest. We've all applied for jobs before. We've all done interview. We've all done a lot of things before. Let's be honest. How many candidates are lined up for that same position? How many candidates are lined up for that same position? They already have your replacement lined up. They already have your replacement lined up. It's just in a file of a later file. It's a reserve file for later. Because you're the now, right? You were the now. Until you're no longer here, you're gone. You've departed from this earth. What do you think they're doing? What do you think they're doing? Oh, let me get that folder and go to the reserve file because you know what? This resume did look good and it was a competition between these two who I was going to choose. Now you're out. Let's get the replacement in. First of all, your family members or whomever is only allowed a few days to grieve. That means everything is restricted. Everything is limited. They only give you a certain amount of time to go through something. Wake up. Wake up, pay attention, and start putting you first. Put you in a position where they should know that they're losing a good one. They should know that they're going to be losing a valuable person. They should be scared enough to reach out and understand that, hey, I don't know how I'm going to make it without this one. She or he comes up with creativity. She or he knows how to spin things around and make it work. That I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Who are you? Why can't people be worried about losing you? Be that bold and be confident and be clear in your communication. Be very clear and upfront in your communication, what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept. And guess what you're going to do? The people who can't accept it and can't respect you, you didn't lose anything. You just eliminated the ones that was going to waste your time anyway. Be bold and confident in who you are, in what you require, in what you're looking for in your life. Be so intentional in your decisions. Be intentional, be confident, be bold. Know that your mission is your mission, and ain't nobody deterring you from your mission, because when it goes left, they're not going to be there to pick you up. When it goes left, they're not going to give you a supporting hand. When it goes left, they're not going to be the one there to do anything. So why, when it's going right, you want to be a part of it? Man, back off now. Right now. You don't mean me no good. And you see me going about my business. You see me doing what I'm doing. But your mission is to come in here to tear me down. And you knew this since day one. You are evil. You are straight up evil. Be confident. Be intentional in the things that you're doing, guys. Be so intentional in the decisions that you make. If your no is no, let it be no. It's not a maybe later. No. If your yes is yes, let your yes be your yes, and that's it. Do not go back and forth. If you have to tell a man or a woman about something that you've asked them to do once, you are begging. If you have to repeatedly keep asking them for something that you've asked them for once, you are begging. Don't beg nobody to love you. Don't beg nobody to love you. Don't beg nobody to respect you. Don't beg nobody to appreciate you, because you appreciate yourself, you respect yourself, and you value yourself. And if they can't recognize your worth, they're not for you. If they can't see your value and what you bring, they're not for you. What you bring is not outside of you. What you bring is not money. What you bring is not food. What you bring is not clothes. What you bring is not outside of you. Stop looking for it outside of you. The most valuable things in life are free, and that's inside of you. That's who you are as a person, your character, your qualities. But if you are so ashamed and afraid of losing people, you don't tap back in and you don't find the true you. And that's what's going to build your confidence to tell somebody, if you want to go, go, man. You wasn't here for me to begin with. You didn't mean me no good to begin with. So go. Be gone. And it's cool. You got to love you so much that you enjoy your company. That you're not sitting by the phone waiting for somebody to call you. You're not sitting there watching the phone waiting for somebody to text you. For what? You got things to do. Go do something. Do something with yourself. Find something that you like to do and go ahead and do it. They're not worried about you. Like, you know what? Listen, guys. Listen. I'm sorry, y'all. I was going in. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me get back here, right? Let's talk a little bit, right? Come on. They're not worried about you until you're gone. Thanks, Twala. Thanks for that. They're not worried about you until you are literally gone. And then guess what? They're thinking about you. They're talking about you. They're telling the new supply about you. And the new supply is mad at you. And now you're angry. They're angry with you when you're just trying to put the pieces together. You're just trying to see what happened, because it felt like I took a long blink and 10, 20, 15, 5 years of my life just went by like that. I know you guys can relate. Go ahead and put your 8 in the comment section if you can relate. Go ahead, type in your 8s if you can relate. Okay? Go ahead. They should be afraid of losing you. Okay? Y'all, if y'all only know y'all worth, if you only know your worth, and there's someone out there, there's a man out there that's willing to cherish you. There's a man out there that's willing to value you. There's a woman out there that's willing to value you, guys. There's a woman out there, guys, that's willing to do the work for you, that's willing to be there for you. Let me tell you, you have some bold, great, valuable, high value, classy woman out here. We are here. We are out here, but we're doing the work. And we want y'all to do the work too. We are here. We ain't going nowhere, but we can't go back to what we came from. Y'all got to understand that. We cannot go back to what we came from. And we are doing the work. That's why we walk so bold. That's why we walk so tight at times. And we don't want to say hello. And we don't want to look at you because we see pain. Because we were vulnerable and we trusted you and we gave you a piece of us that is private, that is delicate, that is not supposed to be touched or be caught in the wrong hands. You painted a picture of who you said you are, and we trusted you. We thought it was okay, and we gave it to you, and look at what you did with it. How do we trust you again? Now here we are, left to go pick up the pieces, to go mend back something that we didn't break. But we're left to do it. And guess what? They say women are tough. Y'all can handle it. Y'all can handle it. You could do it. Go ahead, go do it. Guess what? We're doing it. We are doing it. And that's why we ain't settling. We are doing it. Go do it. Yeah, we're doing it. And we ain't settling now. So guess what? Brothers, we want y'all too. We do. We appreciate y'all. There's no separation. There's none. We need each other. But I'm not going to put in all this work to go back to what I came from. I refuse. I would rather be alone than to go back to what I came from. So I suggest, brothers, get your act together. Put in that work because we're doing it. We're doing it. Join this live. There's quality women sitting right here in this live, and they're doing the work. And there's also quality men that are in this live too, doing the work. They're putting in the work. Don't play with them. This team here, let me tell you something about this team here. Listen in a little bit closer. This team right here, don't play with them. They're doing the work. Let me fill you in. They're doing the work. You can't get by. You're not going to be able to get by. You're not going to be able to pass through. This is like going through security checkpoint. Okay? There's a scanner up. This team of people that is in here, there's a scanner. They are scanning. They are scanning, okay? And it's not because they're uncertain. It's because they know what to look for. We are in here learning and being equipped to know what to look for. So our radars will be up because we're building and rebuilding our confidence. I want you guys to hear me. I want you guys to hear me and recognize the process and how important it is. Don't let nobody tell you to give up on what you believe in. You believe in love and go for it. Don't let nobody tell you no. Are you kidding me? It's there. Don't let people project onto you their fears. Don't let people project onto you their insecurities. Don't let people project onto you the things that they are not willing to change. And because they see you making steps towards making a change, now they want to do it. Discourage you, tell you to turn back and go the other way. Because why you gonna love again? Didn't you remember what? Yes, I remember. And that's why I'm not letting my failures go to waste. That was a failed experience, but I'm not letting it go to waste. So I'm not going to hold on to the fear and the pain of what happened during that failed relationship or that failed situationship. My failed experience is not going to waste. I want every moment of it. I want every experience of it because I'm going to dissect it to see what was I lacking? Why I accepted this behavior? What was I really lacking? Why I took you in, kept you there, and didn't want to lose you? You're abusing me. You're torturing me. You're disrespecting me, calling me out my name. You don't value me. You don't see my worth. You don't even think I'm human. You don't even compliment me. Have you rubbed my head, touched my shoulder, maybe walk down the street with me, maybe hold my hands in public? Have you done that for me? Have you even told me how beautiful I am? What have you done? Ladies, have you even told these men how handsome they are? How valuable they are, how much they need to go out and be strong. And you believe in them because society already tell them that they can't do it. They're worth nothing. There's already a target on their back as men, especially our African American men. There's a target on their back for survival. So they're already outside fighting this world out there, and they should come home and fight with you too. They should come home and continuously fight with you. We got to change the narrative if we want to get better results. We got to change the narrative if we want to get better results. Ladies, we need to create a safe space for a man to be able to be vulnerable, to come and talk to us about things, and we receive them and do not use it as a weapon against them. Let them feel valuable. You want a man to be emotional for you? You want a man to be there for you? Then be there for him too. They have feelings too. They're forced into this world and pushed out there to be the provider, the protector, and to operate as if they don't have feelings. But when you get emotional, you want them to understand. When you go through the motions, you want them to feel. You want them to sympathize. But especially ladies, when you're going through your time of the month, you want them to bring you chocolate. You want them to bring you candy. You want them to bring you a teddy bear. You want them to nurture you, give you a warm pad on your back. You want it. But you won't give them a safe place to rest their head, a safe place to rest their head to be able to speak to you and be vulnerable, and it's not used as a weapon against them. Hey, Leandra, Shamilia, the family is in here. Like, y'all are everything, right? Tawala, let me go to your comments. You said, mine got married and they argued about me in their marriage and no one was near nor in contact with him. It's really sad. It absolutely is sad. They're going crazy over you because they couldn't control you. You left. At one point, you did not have boundaries and you left. Now your boundaries are in place and you realize that something is wrong about this situation. I got to get up out of this. That's why you left, because you started to realize something is wrong. You started to value yourself and you wanted more than what they were giving to you, and they got mad. Now they went to another supply, and guess what's happening? That supply is tired of hearing about you. That supply is tired of hearing about you. They do not want to have nothing to do with you because your name keeps coming up. Why does your name keep coming up so much? Who are you? Who are you? But guess what? You are a grade A supply. And if y'all know what that is, that's the one that has zero boundaries, wants the family, want to be united together, is going to take on the world, and is going to fix this man and or fix this woman, and everything is going to be perfect. And this is their perfect life. That's a grade A supply. You were once a grade A supply, the person that fixed everything, that corrects everything, the hard worker that you will take off the clothes off your back to give to them and stand in the cold. And they'll take it. You think they won't? They'll take it. And like Miss P said, right? Exactly. That's why it's called growth, because you shouldn't stay in the same place forever. And if someone is going to tell you, why are you leaving? Why you want to leave me? You think you better than me? You don't think that what? You're not worth it? You can't hang around me no more? Like what? We not cool anymore? That's a red flag. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. I know that's not my topic tonight, red flags, but I'm going to say it. If you have friends and people around you that are not productive and you have outgrown these people and these circles, you have outgrown this, then you need to assess the people and to see what is it that why they want you to why they want you to stay at that level, because they're not leveling up, so you shouldn't level up. They don't have no worth or no value. So they're not comfortable being uncomfortable. They're restricted, like I said earlier, to this small space, to this small minded space, because they feel like they're very comfortable in this small space and they could control this small little space. But let them go out of their circle. They're uncomfortable, they're awkward, they're uneasy. But in this small space, they have control because they know that you lack boundaries and you're going to sit there and abuse and accept the abuse that they're delivering to you. That's what they're going to accept, right? That's what you're going to accept. And they know it. They know exactly what they're doing. And that's why you decide that you're going to leave. You're going to walk out of something. Where you think you're going? Oh, now you think you're better than us? Oh, you can't hang with us no more? Oh, you think you better? Listen, that's negativity, okay? Someone who wants to see you win, someone who wants to see you be successful, someone who wants to see elevation and growth for you. You know what that person's going to say? I'm so proud of you. Continue. You're doing a good job. Like, oh my goodness, like, I want to be like you. You know, we was right here playing together the other day and look at you, got a big opportunity or something going on for you. Man, I'm proud of you. I inspire to be like you. I aspire to be like you. I want to be like you. I want to become like you someday. Wow. You know, how did you like you wanna help me to, educate me? Let me understand. How did you do it? What did you do? Because we was right here playing together. Like, what happened? How were you able to boom, pop up and grow past me? How did that happen? Elevate. How? That's someone who wants to see you win. They cheer for you even when things are not going good, even when you're not winning, even when they're not winning. My apologies. They're cheering for you still because it's your season. It's your time to shine. It's your time to be successful. It's your time to be productive. And they want to see you win. Those are the people that you need to be surrounded by. But if you're too engaged in a small net circle that is not evolving or growing, first of all, you should be around people that when you see them or hear them, it's a fire that ignites in you. It's a fire that goes off in you that you want to be around them. You just want to, I can't wait to talk to Leandra. Can't wait to talk to Demetra. Can't wait to talk to Shamila. Ooh, these girls are on fire. I can't wait to talk to Miss P. Let me see who else is in here. I can't wait to talk to Misha. Can't wait to talk to these people. What? They got such a fire, such a burning passion inside for good, for production, for elevation. And these are the kind of people I want to be around. But this is the direction that I want to be going in. This is where I want to go. This is what is going to inspire me to get to my destination. And these are people that are healing too. So we support each other. Don't let nobody restrict you and pull you down. Those are people who are going backwards. Those are people who have no direction, no sense of direction. They ain't going nowhere. And they're trying to drag you with them. Man, you better go on about your business by yourself. Okay? Misha, thanks for this comment, my love. You got to see with me sometimes, beautiful. Thank you so much for this comment. It says, the narc literally just triggered me by texting after 3 months of not hearing from him, asking what our daughter wants for Christmas. I'm not replying. Let me tell you something, baby girl. I got kids with the narc too, okay? I don't know if you're still in the room, Misha, because a lot of times we go in and out and listen, girl, I understand that. But if you ever come back to this video to watch it, in case you're not in here, I'm still going to drop it because we're all going to benefit from this. Everything we benefit from. We are a supportive system here. We are a team here, and we are going to work together to support each other. That's what goes on here, okay? This is going in and making sure that we understand your questions, your concerns, your comments, throw them in, okay? Throw them in. Let's talk about it. I have children with the narcissist, 2 beautiful baby girls. But guess what? It ain't about me. It's about him and his children having a relationship. So what you got to do is you have to remove your emotions out of the situation. You're going to have to do some things and your stomach going to hurt. Your head's going to hurt. All thoughts going to come through your mind. But I'm going to be so honest with you. You have to remove your emotions from the situation if you want to handle it. If you want to get this done, if you want to see your daughter, son, whoever, your daughter, sorry, my apologies. If you want to see your daughter not be bitter and angry at you, let him disappoint your daughter on his own. Let him be his own disappointment. Do not remove listen, if I could give you one bit of advice, Take your emotions out of the situation. Look at it for what it is. You made a poor decision. You know what? Let me backtrack. We made poor decisions, okay? I don't want you to feel targeted because I don't do that, okay? We made poor decisions in our initial stages and got with these individuals. We did not check their facts, their records, their reputation, who they are as a person. We did not check them out. We did not put in the work and took the time to get to know them because they're rapid. They're rapid. They're Speedy Gonzalez. They're faster than a road runner. So you don't see, you didn't take the time to do the work. It's not your fault. Don't beat yourself up. Forgive yourself. Remember, I said earlier, if you weren't here or if you are, accept it. Accept the things that you've experienced. Your failed experience is not wasteful. This is a nice time for you to want to make peace with the situation. I didn't say with him, with the situation. Accept it for what it is. When you find that peace in knowing that, you know what? I made a poor decision. I didn't do my legwork. I didn't give him, he didn't earn me. He didn't prove himself to be that type of man. A man that, yeah, this is the type of man I want to have a child with. He didn't prove himself. I just granted him everything. He didn't even ask for certain things, and I just gave it to him. Accept it. Own it. Own it. But you know what? My daughter does not need to be caught in the middle of our crossfire. So I'm going to remove my emotions and I'm going to allow them to have a relationship. It has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with me. And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this, and I'm going to be very honest with you. You are going to move on. You're going to date. You're going to be in another relationship with someone else. These are conversations that you want to be able to have to find out how does this person, being an absent parent, handle situations, or what kind of relationship this person have with their children or child. That's very important for you. So create the environment that you want for yourself. If you want to be with a man that is going to be there to provide or have a relationship, even if he's not financially providing. Remember, kids need love and nurturing. These don't have a price tag on them, but they're important. They're necessary because if not, it will be a void in their hearts. It will be a void in their soul. Do not mold them into being the next empty soul. Do not do that. They're delicate. They're fragile. I have two. I know. Allow them to have whatever relationship they need to. Allow it. The children are smart. You are raising beautiful children to everyone out there. The children are smart. They're intelligent. They can pick up on things they know. Trust me, they know what environment. But if you're still built up with whatever is inside and you have not released that, then you will allow things to prevent you and be tense from allowing that child to have such a relationship. If he wants to do it, it's not about you, it's about his child. But he's doing it to get your attention. Do not get sidetracked. And that's why we come to our sessions. See, that's why we do this, because you need to know, stay focused. Stay focused. It has nothing to do with you. Let your daughter receive her gift from her dad. What I would suggest, if I could make a suggestion, do not tell her that he's offering a gift. Do not tell her ahead of time. Don't do that. Do not set her up for failure. Do not set her up. There's a difference. Do not set her up for failure, but instead watch and see. That's it. Just watch and see. If he shows up with it on Christmas Day, it would be a surprise for both of you, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Don't set up anything to ruin. Greetings. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Nancy, you're in the house. Good night. Thank you. Allow them to have a relationship, whatever it means. Even if they only speak once a month, once every other month, it's okay. Don't be the driving force, because as much as you think that you're the present parent in the household, remember, you're still the parent that disciplines, you correct them, you do for them, you bend rules for them. You're the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. So, and you also need time to breathe away from your child too. You need your me time. You need your time to recoup, to regain your strength, to regain your sanity. You do need your time away from your child as well too. So focus on the most important things, and that's your overall being. Find peace in you so that you could deliver peace to everyone involved. It's going to be all right. You don't have to ignore. You don't have to listen, you don't have to meet somebody where they are. It ain't about them. It's about you. What you want. To be holding them. Why are they paying, why are they living in your head rent free? Hello. Yeah. So it makes it easy for me. My children, they have a laptop or iPad, whatever they have, they communicate with their dad. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It's not my problem. It's not my listen, and they know to come and talk with me. But if I'm restricting them, then I'm punishing my kids because of my bitterness, because of my unhealedness, because I didn't release him back to the streets. Who made him? I didn't make him. Why should I be responsible? I'm not his mother. Why should I be responsible for him? Why? See another comment here, right? From Malia from MG. Good night. How are you? I tried so hard to leave him so many times. I think there was some types of hold that was preventing me from leaving him. Lord, what did you just do? Hmm? Can I break it to you though? Can I break it to you? I did explain it earlier, but I'm gonna do it like this really quickly. Okay. There's a piece of their whole makeup is a certain way, right? Toxic, unhealthy, trauma, all the experiences. You got maybe two pieces, whatever you experience, right? But guess what? There's a magnetic force that's pulling y'all together because the familiarity is a familiar spirit. And it's just that magnet that you can't let go. And what they've done over the course is they've uncovered it, because that's who they are. That's their entire makeup. So if that's their entire makeup and you're having pieces of it, you guys are connecting on that level. Do you ever realize that you guys don't have there's no depth, there's no deepness in your relationship? It's so surface based, it feels transactional. Okay, if I keep quiet tonight, then maybe I'll get a hug. If I walk around on eggshells, then maybe it's so transactional that you fail to realize that there's no true connection, there's no true intimacy, there's no true bond, there's no true bondage there, there's no true bonding, there's nothing there, there's no true depth there. But if you don't realize that you have to work on that you have to find that connection. You have to find the root source of what is pulling you back together with him so much or her so much. You have to find that piece that is pulling y'all together so much and work on it. Recognize it and work on it. I recognize what was keeping me there. In 2014, I recognized mine. So I'll tell you guys, you know how transparent I am, okay? Very transparent. Maybe I should hide my face when I'm gonna say this, right? But I'm not hiding my face because I'm not ashamed about it. But I was attached to the sex. Yeah. was attached through sex. So that bondage that you think you can't break, it was done through sexual intercourse. That's how I was connected. And I couldn't leave. No matter how horrible it was that was the one thing that pulled me back in. I was back in. I was back in. It was just like, okay, he break everything in the house, but I'm back in. Don't be ashamed. That was a part of the failed experience, right? I said it. That was a part of the failed experience. I went through it. I know it. I remember talking to one of my girlfriends back in 2014, and I told her, like, there's something about this man that his thing is just, I can't resist it, but I'm unhappy. 2014. And I remember her saying to me, ain't nothing that good that I'm gonna stick around for. I did not understood what that meant because I had no boundaries. I was so attached to the thing because what is it? My soul was broken. And he's a walking broken soul. That these broken souls are so connected, but the physical body's like, I can't stand you. I don't want to be around you. You are no good for me. But guess what? I lack boundaries. I lack boundaries because they find that broken piece that is in you that you don't have a clue that it's there. You didn't even recognize that that was there. And what happened? That's what's pulling you back. Because what? That's that soul tie, baby. That's that soul connection, that soul tie. Because remember that we are vessels. We are vessels with spirits. We are spiritual beings. We are connected to a source. What source are you connected to? What source have you been given access to you? No one said you can't get angry, but it's how you handle yourself, right? It's okay. Destructive, non-productive, have no sense of direction, abusive, manipulative, controlling. Ain't nothing good come out of that. If somebody's going to look at you and decide, oh, I'm going to toy around with your feelings. I'm going to make you beg. I'm going to make you want me more. Nah, unhealthy, toxic, abusive. Run, run. Forget about walk away. Run. Drop, stop, drop, and roll. Run, run, leave, leave. If you have to walk away and leave everything behind because your life is dependent on it, because a lot of times I know there's fear of leaving, but it's really not the fear of leaving. You're afraid to be alone because you've been challenged. You've been challenged with abandonment issues. So that fear of abandonment, that fear of neglect, you're holding on to it so strong because that's your safe place. That's where you're comfortable. Come out of being so comfortable. Come out of feeling so safe. Come out of it. Come out of it. The only way you're going to do better for yourself is to accept the fact that, you know what? I don't like this. This don't feel right. There's nothing good happening here. And I have to make some tough decisions. But can I really see myself doing 5, 10, 15, whatever more years with this same person? And when you guys are starting to heal and going through stuff, this should be something that you should probably implement. And it's just a suggestion. Yeah, don't worry about that. That's just my camera light. That's just a suggestion, right? Apply this thing in there. Sorry, y'all. So we gotta have extra backup batteries, right? And ready to go. See? And it's snappy, right? So, guys, you gotta be so ready and so intentional about the decisions that you're making and about how you're going to implement them, right? On a daily basis. So if you're in a position and you're ready to you're trying to get out of it and they're just pulling you back in, why can't you leave? What's holding you there so long? That soul tie, that soul connection, that broken piece of you that you did not take the time to heal. And the long unhealed wound stays, guess what's going to happen? Hurt people hurt people. So you're going to hurt somebody else. But I suggest you take the time. Let's go through this. Let's get to it because we can do it. We can do it. and we're gonna do it. And we're doing it. Hey, we're actually doing it. We're showing up. That's a start, showing up, right? And she said again, right? I think it was having company and being in each other's life. Yep, yeah. It's just that you feel so connected to the person that it's like, you want them to be a part of you. And it's like, it's company. So you make excuses for it. It's like, well, all right, at least I'm not alone. At least I have someone here, right? At least I have someone here to be with me. At least I have someone to keep me company. But are you really in good company though? Because good company looks like happiness. It looks like safety. Good company looks like you could be vulnerable. You could tell somebody something and then they don't use it against you. You ever had that one best friend, that best friend that you could share anything with, and they're going to check you, they're going to hold you responsible, and they're not going to use it against you and throw it back in your face, but they love you enough to tell you the truth? See? I know you got a friend like that. That's company. That's good company. Might not be sexual company. That's what you're looking for. So is the issue that you really need company, or you need to be able to control your sexual desires? Huh? Because if you're looking for that in someone who does not provide a safe space for you to be in, the issue is not company. You got something else to deal with, right? It's a spirit. It's called that Jezebel spirit. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's the lowest part of you. You can't lead with the lowest. You ever hear them say that men think with their head, the bottom head? That's really what they're talking about. That's what they're talking about. It's the same thing for women. If that's what's holding you there and controlling you there, that's really what it is. So I said it. I just said it easier than, the way how we really talk about it, right? It's that deep. Listen, Tawala said it here again. It's that demonic spirit that they had that stronghold on you. It's that demonic spirit. Believe it or not, it is a demonic spirit that has a hold on you. And if you're internally struggling, the brokenness, they will. Yes, that's what they do. And if listen, forget about telling them about traumatic experiences that you had when you were a child, or things that hurt you, or people that molested you or abused you. Forget about that. Forget about that. Do not, if you tell them that, that's that weapon. Yes, I got the secret sauce. I got the weapon. I know exactly how to tear you down, how to torture you. But guess what? If you're doing the shadow work now and you're peeling back that onion, peeling back the layers, right? Peeling back the layers and say, you know what? Yes, I was abused. Yes, I was molested. Yes, it happened. Forgive the person who did it to me. I release them from me. I'm no longer that person. I'm not identified by it anymore. And I'm not ashamed of my experience. That was a part of my failed experience because I was supposed to be protected and I wasn't. It's not my fault that someone else outside of me hurt me. Okay? Accept it. And that's going to help you to heal from that piece of you that you think you're ashamed of, that you think you're supposed to be carrying a shame with. Someone dropped the ball. Someone failed at doing right by you. Someone took advantage of you, and you're not responsible for explaining or trying to figure out why they did what they did. They did it. But that, what they did, is going to push you and mold you into someone else greater. Accept it. It's okay. Move on. But don't let it consume you so much that it now becomes a conversation that you're willing to bring it into every relationship. So every time you go into a new relationship, oh, let me tell you what happened to me. Oh, let me tell you what I went through. Oh, let me tell you this. Oh, let me tell you that. Why are you carrying those baggages along with you? Why are you bringing those baggages? Listen, you ever realize when you're going through the airport, when you're going through the airport, because there's so many different people, you have a weight limit. You have a weight limit that each person can bring a certain amount of stuff. You could either bring it on board or you could check it in. And you're restricted to a certain amount that you're able to bring on board with you, right? So if you're limited to what you can bring on board, why are you carrying so much load? Why are you carrying so much things from these people? Why are you carrying so much of it? For what? Let it go. It's a reason why we are allowed to bring a certain amount. And if you're overweight, you're either going to have to pay for the excess baggage or you're going to have to take out some and not carry it with you. And once you start getting to that place that this baggage is weighing me down, it's pulling me in a wrong direction, and you realize that you have to let this baggage go, you will start letting it go because it's only pulling you down. And guess what? Cut your losses. Cut it. The longer you stay, the more you're going to lose. And you can't replace what you lost. You can't replace what you've lost. And that's your time. You cannot replace what you've lost. The longer you stay, staying is a time frame. The longer you stay is the worse it get, and you can't replace that time that you just stayed there with them. It's hard. I know it's hard making the move and making the step. But you weren't happy last week, 2 weeks ago, 6 months ago. I mean, you weren't, maybe even today, maybe some of you guys are experiencing this today, where they triggered you, they upset you, they got under your skin, they're doing some unhealthy things to you, and you had that experience today, so you know they're not serving you, you know they're no good for you, but you're not strong enough to leave. And it's good, it's okay not to be strong. Do it weak. Do it weak. It will come. It will get better. Don't give up on the mission. Don't give up on the purpose. Don't give up on what's destined for you. It will come. Do it. Do it. You don't have to have the right answers. You don't know if tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. So how you going to be worried about tomorrow when you didn't even get through today? You didn't even finish getting through today. And we know in the blink of an eye, we could get a text, a phone call, something happened about something. Listen, it happens just like that. Why don't you live? Why don't you live? Live. Spencer, life is here to be lived. Live. Life does exist outside of the narcissist, guys. Life does exist outside of the narcissist. Nothing good. Nothing good comes from them. Nothing. But there's a life. There's hope. There's dream. There's so much things outside of the narcissist. You just got to be willing to take the risk. Loving again is a risk. Loving is a risk. But are you willing to take that risk? Are you willing to take that risk to love again, to try again? Because remember, that was one of your failed experience, but you're not going to let it go to waste, are you? You're not going to let it go to waste because now you put a wall up. If you're putting a wall up that you're not going to love again, you're already going in the wrong direction, because guess what you're doing? You are limiting what's supposed to come to you. You are restricting and putting a barrier up from what's supposed to come to you. Why are you telling God how to orchestrate things and how to send you blessing? Why are you doing that? How many times we've turned our back on him? How many times we have disrespected what he's destined for us? How many times we have not even given him a shout out? How many times we have not done these things, but yet he still loves us every time, receive us every time? Don't give up on love. Don't give up on hope. Don't give up on it. Because to love is to love you. To love is to love yourself. To love is to go within. To love is to find out that I don't have to be angry with you. I could agree to disagree. I don't have to see your point of view. I don't have to accept it. I could agree with you to disagree with you. It's okay. You're entitled to your opinions. You're entitled to your thoughts. You're entitled to who you are as a person. And I could respect it. It's cool. I don't have to agree. And when you get to that place of peace, you are not willing to jeopardize that for anyone. You are not willing to give that up for anyone. You're not. The struggle is real. And I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard on the healing side of things. It's hard. You know what makes it hard? When you look at what you were so in love or obsessed with. That's hard to look at. I'm not trying to shame them, okay? Or anything. That's not what I'm trying to do. but it's hard to look at it. When you sit there and you look at it and you say to yourself, this is what I was caught up with. This is what I was so caught up with that I couldn't leave this. And then you start to feel ashamed of yourself for lowering your standards and your value so much. They could not talk to you if your headspace was in the right place on any given day. They could have never approached you, and you know that. And that's what bothers you so much, is the fact that this is not even somebody in your league. But because you gave them the time of day and they hurt you, you are still holding on to that pain. You are still holding on to it. Why are you holding on to something that's not serving you? Why are you nurturing it so much? Why are you nurturing that piece of you? Why are you nurturing the pain? It's almost like you love the pain. So if you let it go, you're not going to be familiar with the new person. You're not going to be familiar with the changes. And change is hard. Change is different, and it's going to feel so hard. But to let go of what you're used to, you're holding on to it. You want it. Deep down, you want it. I'm just saying, you could be mad at me later, send me emails, cuss me out. That's cool. That's all right. It's okay. But let it go. Why don't you challenge yourself to let it go? Why don't you challenge yourself to let it go? Let it go. It don't serve you. Why are you holding on to it? It's not do first of all, it don't put food on your table. Why are you holding on to it? It doesn't pay your bill. Why are you holding on to it? Why hold a grudge? For what? That's holding up space in your heart from freeing you up. First of all, it's disease and sicknesses that you can't see when you hold on to these things, because they now are toxic traits that you adapted into your soul, into your spirit. Free your spirit. Free your spirit so you could be at peace. And when you're at peace, you're going to give peace. You're going to deliver peace. And people are going to see your peace wherever you go. Your story is not the end of you. Your experience, whatever you went through, is not the end of you. It's not the end of you. It's only a part of you that you didn't tap into. And when they came, they saw themselves in you. They saw that peace that's in there. They saw it. And that's the reason that they went right to the source and capture you. They captivated a piece of you that was broken. That's the hook. That's how they get you. That's how they keep you stuck. But if you guys really pay attention, they've just exposed to you what you need to work on. Won't you realize that God send them? Sometimes you think the devil send everybody. No, sometimes God send them too, so you could recognize what you need to work on. Because sometimes you're so caught up in everything else that you're not listening to his voice. You don't spend time enough with him to have a relationship with him, so you know when he's speaking to you. So what he has to do, sometimes he sends you the piece of you that's broken in a human form so you can see what it looks like in person. And when you see what it looks like, now it's like, oh, that's what I need to go work on. All right, okay. Wow, that's it. You getting it easy. Work on it. Release it. Send it back out into this society. Send it back out. Pardon me, y'all. A little hydration, right? But send it back out into the world. Like, send it right back out there. But it's there for you to teach you a lesson and to expose to you the piece of you that's broken. So when they come and they dragging you and they pulling you, guess what? Everyone who's been with a narcissist lacked boundaries. What does that tell you? The obvious. We need to put boundaries in place, because we allow people to walk over us and we think we need to overextend ourselves to everyone. We think everyone needs to like us. We think everyone needs to appreciate us, and it's not so. We all, if you've been with a narcissist, we all lack boundaries at some point. So clearly, the narcissist came to tell you you lack boundaries, but we fell in love with him or her. And they just came to say, hey, you know, you lack boundaries, right? Because you allowed me to do that to you and you didn't even say anything about it. Excuse me. You allowed me to do that to you and you didn't say anything about it. You allowed me to call you out your name and I tested you and you didn't say anything about it. So it's really clear that you don't know your value. You don't know your worth. So they came to touch on the areas that you weren't ready to unlock yourself. You weren't ready to heal it. You weren't ready to go into it. So they came and exposed it. But you created a bond with them because that spirit that was in them, that's what you need to fix in you. So you got attached to that, thinking you were supposed to stay. They're a lesson, y'all. Excuse me. They're a lesson. They have a job to do and they came to do the job. Sometimes when the worksmen come and they're not performing up to standards, you got to let them go. But the job still needs to get done though. But you got to let the workman go because he's not performing at the best, at the highest quality that you require. And you got to let that worksman go. The narcs are workmen that are not living up to their standards and qualification for the job. Got to let them go. They're not living up to the standards. It's a certain requirement to do this job, to get the performance out of this property or whatever it is that you need. And they're not living up to that standard. They're not producing. They're not producing and delivering fruits. So you have to now find a way to remove them and replace them. Pay attention to the unqualified workmen that are in your life, the unqualified work women that are in your life. Pay attention to them. Because when they put up and do work in your house, it's not going to last long. It's temporary. It's so temporary that once they get paid, it might just crumble the next 2 days. That's how temporary they are. That's how temporary. They do not have value. They don't have weight. They're not sustainable. They can't sustain you. They don't feed your energy. They don't feed your soul. They don't give you fuel. You can't rely on them for anything. So what's happening? You are breaking down and you're accepting the worksman to come into this is your home. This is your personal space. You're inviting them to come into your space to make a mess of your house, of your home, of your most valuable, private, safe place. Nah, they got to go. They're not performing. And you know what? I'm going to pay you for your time. I'm not going to pay you for the full job because the job is still incomplete. I still got to get somebody to come here fix it. Now I have to figure out, do I want to hold on to the fact that you destroyed this place? Am I going to sit here and hold on to it? Am I going to sit here and grumpy and be angry and and I get a new person to come in, a new contractor to come in and to fix it? The new contractor fixed it, replaced it, and made it so beautiful that you didn't know that there was a mess before. And you were so happy. But you cannot move on because you're still singing the same song. Oh, I had a contractor before and this is what he did, and pulling out the negative out of the situation. Be done with it. Let it go. It's over with. It happened. Yes. Move on. Move on. What's next? So the issue is no longer there. The issue is no longer there. The wall or whatever has been replaced. Looks beautiful as new, but you're still holding on to the baggage and your failed experience of what the previous contractor did. Why are you bringing the failed experience of what the previous contractor did to the new construction, to the new project, for what? And it's the same thing we do, that if we don't let go of hurt and we don't let go of brokenness, we're going to bring that baggage into a new relationship. And every time the person there is looking at this wall, that this is beautiful, what are you talking about? But you're just bringing the baggage. You're just bringing the baggage. You're just dragging that baggage along because you don't know how to let it go. You have not taken the time to heal from it. You have not taken the time to move this thing out of your way. Take the time to focus on the things that you need to pay closer attention to. Why were you still so angry at the fact that the previous worker did not perform their duty? One, they might not have been skilled. They might not have, obviously, they weren't qualified. They demonstrated and showed you they weren't even qualified for the job. But because you were operating in a place of desperation that you needed this work done, all they did was delay you and set you back to do it all over again with somebody else. The same rules apply. The same strategy apply. The same thing applies. Because they're not delivering, but you're still there and you're holding on to that. But then here goes a move on session and someone else is performing and doing good, but you're holding on to their performance. And it's a whole new situation over here. It's a whole different ball game over here, but you're still holding on to what happened over there. Let it go. It's done. You've exhausted the previous contractor. You've exhausted the previous contractor. Now let's move on. And I don't know if that resonate with you guys, if you were able to relate to it that way, because I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not I'm listening to it and I'm like, ooh, ew. That sounds so simple. That sounds so simple. And I'm listening to it like, is that simple? Why did I feel like I was so stuck? Like I didn't have I didn't have a choice. I had no options. You always have a choice. You always have a choice. You have the right to say no. You have the right to say, this is not working out for me. This does not serve me. You have the rights. You have the right to exercise who you are, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do. You have all these rights. Start exercising your rights, guys. That's start, right? Don't give them what Miss P says. Don't give the pain. Ooh, if you don't stop talking like that, they will. You're right. You're right. You are so right, right? They will see your peace and your light. And that's what draws them to you, because they are jealous of what you have. They are jealous of what you have. They see your light. They see your peace and they want it. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to think you're so equipped and you're so, oh, I'm peaceful. Oh, I'm healed. I'm at a high. And you think you could stand the challenge because they're going to come around, because you're going to be so proud of yourself for what you've accomplished and what you've done so far. And they see it. They can recognize it from a mile away. And you're going to think that, oh, if they come around me, I could handle them. I could just show them who I am and I could just boss up. Let me tell you something. A real boss don't go around telling everybody they're a boss. People who are true in who they are and their identity, they do not go around with a pick me sign and an advertisement telling people, hey, it's me. Don't take that on. Do it, but don't do it for the likes. Don't do it for attention. Don't do it for that. Do it because it matters to you. It is important to you, and it's going to get you to your destination. Because the whole point, the entire objective is to get to your destination. It's to go forward. It's to go in a direction that serves you. It's to go into a direction that is going to validate you. That's going to bring you to your fruits. Don't think they're not going to get this hurtful thing that they're doing. Don't think they're not going to get their reward. God is not to be mocked, right? We hear it so often, but what does that really mean? Whatever a man soweth, he shall reap. Keep sowing. Keep doing good. And that's why I keep saying, release them, let them go, be done with it. It's your turn now. It's your turn. Focus on you. It's the healing part of it now. That's what we're here for. That's why we're here talking about stuff. That's why we're standing tall. That's why we're standing bold. That's why we're not backing down. We're not giving up, because guess what? We have it in us. We've been fighting for a relationship that was not serving us. Why can't we fight for our peace the same way? Why can't we put that same energy into us that same way? Why? You're capable of doing it because you did it with the narc. So your capabilities are there. But what do you choose? What is your choice though? So you're capable of doing it, but are you choosing to do it? Because you showed strength. Think about it. You showed strength being with a narcissist. You show power. You show commitment. You show loyalty. You show a team player. So don't be ashamed to think that something is not going to work out for you later on. Don't be ashamed for someone to tell you that no one is going to love you. Oh, you've been with them so long. Ew. No. Let me tell you. Think about your great qualities that cause you to stay. You are not someone who gives up easily. You're not a quitter. You're not a failure. You do not believe in failure. That's why you stayed there, because you wanted to see this thing through. You wanted to see it be fruitful. You believed in it so much that you did not want to see this thing break down. You did not want to see this thing destroy. So you push all your effort and your energy into it, and you wanted to see this thing grow. You're not someone who gives up easily. You're not a quitter. You're not someone who wants to fail. You're not a failure. You want to be someone, you are someone who's productive, who's ambitious, who sees a brighter future, a brighter day, a brighter tomorrow. You are not someone who is willing to take the high road. You are family oriented. Think about your good qualities, y'all. You are family oriented. This one didn't work, and that's okay. Learn from it. But your qualities are your qualities, and those qualities can't be bought. You are family oriented. You're not a quitter. You don't give up easily. You don't see the darker side of things. You are loyal. Look at your loyalty. They're abusing you. They're cheating on you. They're manipulating you. They are doing so much things to you, but you're loyal because your loyalty can't be questioned. Your loyalty cannot be questioned, and you are standing strong. You are someone good, but they've told you things. Don't believe it. They're projecting them onto you. Because when you think about your characteristics compared to theirs, you're the one who's loyal. You're the one who's faithful. You're the one who's committed. You're the one who's not giving up. You are the one who is delivering these things. You're the one who's willing to compromise. You're the one who's willing to take the high road. You're the one who's willing to put yourself in the back so others could go forward. You're the one who's willing to do all these things. Do not take away your credits. Do not dumb down your credits. Do not put a band-aid on your qualities. Do not talk small like, oh, it's just that. No, it is that. Be bold about it. Be so intentional about your healing journey. Be so intentional about your choices. This way, you'll know when God is speaking to you, and you'll know when He's answered you. Go forward in grace. Go forward in success. Go forward in productivity, because you are producing fruits and they're manifesting. Watch them manifest. Watch them come to fruition. Watch these things unfold right before your eyes. But you got to do the work. You got to do the work. The work is necessary, and that's what we're tapping into. That's why we have these conversations. They might be uncomfortable. You might not want to hear them, but we tap into them and we go deep into them and we talk about these things that make you uncomfortable. We talk about them. They're uncomfortable. You don't want to have these conversations, but they're necessary. They're necessary to have these conversations. You are so valuable. You are so important. You are worth so much more than you settle for. Don't settle for less. You are the best. Do not settle for less when you know you are the best. You're the best thing that ever happened to them, for crying out loud. You are the best thing that ever happened to them. You're the one who's going to the motor vehicles to get their driver's license. You're the one who's planning doctor's appointment. You're the one who's making sure they don't forget stuff. You're the one who's cooking. You're the one who's cleaning. You're the one who's doing everything to keep this together. It is a one-sided relationship. This is a one-sided relationship. You're the only one here doing the work. You are the only one working. So what's the difference for you stepping away from the toxic part of it that you've been so attached to step over here to continue to do it alone? The most lonely that you're going to feel, the loneliest that you'll ever be, is with that narcissist. The loneliest you will ever be is with the narcissist. They don't validate you. They don't appreciate you. All they do is bring you on some highs and lows. Highs and lows. That's all the narcissist really does to you. They bring you on emotional highs. So when you have a good day with them, they make it so good that it's good. And you remember it because it's good. When they put an insert, it's a good insert. But the bad, man, when it's bad, oh, it's real bad. Real bad. But don't forget it's bad. Don't forget it's bad. It's still bad. It's still bad. It's still bad. It don't matter the magnitude of bad. It's still bad. Why are we complimenting and rewarding bad behavior? There's consequences. So when children do things inappropriately, there are consequences. We educate them, we correct them, we redirect them, we train them, and we teach them what to do going forward. What's the difference when a narcissist call you out your name or disrespect you? You check them. I don't speak like that. Don't speak to me that way. It's okay. Now give them an opportunity to get their act together if it was a slip of the tongue, right? It's a pattern, or you got to go. Because clearly, when I told you, you heard me because you softened up and you corrected for a period of time. Now you're back at it. No one who truly loves you or respects you will do stuff like that to you. No one who truly cares about you will do stuff like that to you. No one who truly cares about you will treat you or make you feel like you need to continuously repeating yourself to them. Hey, Mendon Mahogany. Good night, my love. No one who truly cares about you would have you drag you through the mud like that. If you are constantly telling this person what to do and how to treat you, you are begging them to love you. You do not beg people to love you. You can't buy someone's love, and your love is not up for sale. Your soul is not up for sale. If someone can't respect you and treat you as the person that you're supposed to be treated as, they do not deserve you. They're not worthy of you. You're in the relationship, in the solo relationship, and you're doing the work all by yourself. What's the difference stepping aside and doing it by yourself? For real, for real. You can't want to be with somebody so much. You can't do things because of love. You can't say I'm doing this because of love. You can't say that I'm sacrificing everything, but I'm doing it for love. Is love doing it for you? Is you getting back love out of this commitment? I know that's not proper English, but you know, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Are you getting back love out of this thing? Are you really getting back love out of this thing? Is it serving you? Is it really serving you and giving you what your heart's desire? Are you really getting that though? But you're staying because you can't afford to be alone, but yet you're lonely. You are lonely. The loneliest, and let's admit, if y'all could relate, put the 8 in the comment. I'm gonna type my 8 in right now. If you could relate, type an 8. The loneliest I've ever been was being with a narcissist. The loneliest I've ever been was being with a narcissist. They're never going to be there to fulfill the void, to fulfill anything. They're not going to do it. They're not. Once you start finding peace within you and love within you, your sanity comes back. Your body starts to feel normal again. You start to feel like a person again. You start to feel like you belong. You start to feel again. You can identify textures, colors, sound, like it's like starting all over again because you've lost touch with everything. So now you're starting from scratch. Guys, guys, I beg you, if you have not left already, start planning your exit strategy. Start planning your exit strategy. Hey, Conida. Love you, Ma. Thanks for coming in. Plan your exit strategy, y'all. You need a way out. You need a direction out. You cannot sit there and be so lonely. You cannot sit there and be so broken. You cannot sit there and continue to endure abuse, endure torture. You cannot continuously sit there and go through this. This is real, y'all. This is real. You are real people having real life experience and going through this in real time. Real time. This is really happening. Take a step back, man. Adjust. Reassess this situation. Reassess it. Look at it. Look at it remove your emotions from the situation and look at it. Pull your feelings and your emotions and your attachments and your years spent and your time spent, like put those things aside. Look at the facts. Look at the facts. The facts are going to overpower everything else. The facts are going to overpower everything else. I promise you, you can't outdo the facts. You can't outdo the facts. I'm going to read this comment here from Carol. Carol, thank you so much for this comment, my love. I so appreciate it. This comment is coming from Carol Seed. She said, today I told my foot surgeon in an appointment message, in an appointment message, that if he won't help me know how to rehab my ankle, I will figure it out myself rather than not use my foot to lose it. That's golden. That's golden. And it's good that you wrote it in a message. That's paper trail. So now that's accountability. I love that, Carol. That was saucy. That was nice. I love that application. This, guys, if y'all not seeing what's going on here, this is someone who knows what she's doing, especially even if you don't know it about the narc. But listen to this. You write you see, the written communication is important because written communication is paper trail. Written communication is saying that we spoke about this. This is the document, timestamp that you receive this message, and this is our written communication. So I'm going through pain and I'm going through it's an issue, but you're lacking in your work. You're not performing at your best. You're not doing the things that are right for me. You don't serve me, but I'm giving you an opportunity to help me because I'm crying out for help. And one, you're not listening to me, and I'm the patient. I know what I'm feeling, right? I know what I'm going through, and I'm talking to you, trying to have a conversation and relate to you. But look at what you're doing. You're dismissing what I'm going through. But you realize, Carol, that it ain't about the therapist anymore, or the surgeon, the foot surgeon. It ain't about them anymore. It's about you and your decision and your choices. Because you could sit there and pander and wander and go back and forth and lose your feet to walk and lose your foot. So you recognize that there's a lack in consistency. There's lackadaisic, there's negligence there. You recognize that, and you sound out. But in reality, you're at risk. You're at more danger because I'm pretty sure he's walking around, or she is walking around just fine. But you're the one having the issue, and you're the one who's suffering. So you have to put in that work for it, and you have to do what's best for you. It's the same thing when it comes to these monsters, y'all. It's the same thing that comes to when it comes to these monsters. Y'all got to let them go. Yes, it took me a year to get out. I had to plan and save without narc catching on. That's what you got to do. You have to be so strategic and get yourself out of these situations. If you don't start planning and making headway how to get out of these situations, it's going to consume you. It's going to stay with you for a long time. Plan your exit strategy because it's necessary, it's important, and your life is dependent on it. Your life is dependent on this. Not a lot of us have made it out alive. And my condolences to the ones who have gone ahead, but that's a lesson for us to learn from their failed experience. Okay? It's not their fault. Sometimes the pressure gets so much to bear that you can't bear it. But let me tell you guys something, man. Don't give up. Don't you ever give up. Don't you look back. If you're looking back, it's really to assess and to see what you walked away from, what you survived. Because that's the only thing you should be looking to see, what you survived. What you survived, but don't regret it. Don't live in regret and shame. Ain't nothing to be ashamed about. We're humans. How many other things we've gone through and it didn't break us? It didn't break you. They're rejoicing, they're having fun, they're celebrating because they thought they broke you. Don't worry about them. You're not doing stuff to impress them. You're not doing stuff to get their recognition. You're doing it because it matters to you. You're doing it because it means something to you. You recognize that you have a broken piece of you inside. You recognize that part of you have been robbed, your peace, your happiness, your joy, your comfort, your love. And you decided that you're going to put in the work and you're going to get this done. This ain't about them. This is about you. Your reward. It's your reward. It's your work. You're going to reap the benefit. And you know what's going to happen? When you move on, and you start living in peace, you realize that life exists outside of the narcissist. Life does exist outside of the narcissist. And Tawala says, right? Once I chose self, let go, let God, I had been so blessed and have leveled up. Congrats, my sis. Congrats. That's what I want to see. I want to see people winning. I want to see y'all out here coming back, giving y'all testimony, giving y'all stories. Listen, shoot me an email, healingyoursilence@gmail.com. The same spelling, no ing, okay? Healingyoursilence@gmail.com. Call me, 516-770-8697. 516-770-8697. Call me, email me, message me. If you want to come on here and share your story and walk in your truth and tell your story, I am ready sharing this to share this platform with you, to tell your story, to share your experience. You never know what somebody is going through. And by you sharing and opening up an avenue for someone to see that you've done the work and it's working for you, could do it too. There's hope for me. There's hope for me. Could do it. Let me do it. Let me put in that work. Let me put in that work, right? Thanks again, Carol. I see you came back with another comment, right? Doctors think they're God. Hey, listen, I ain't gonna knock no doctor now because I get what you're saying, though, respectfully speaking. I'm not gonna knock them because we know God works through them to get to us, right? He does. He really does. But it's the same thing. We could be guilty of that same statement in another way too, right? Sometimes we think we're God. Sometimes we do that too. And we think we don't need God because we got this figured out. And God will remove himself to allow you to do it. And by the time you know it, you realize you're not God and you can't do it. But he gave you authority to do certain things though, within your limitations, right? And there's certain things that only he can do. There's some divine things that when his divine hands come through, you can't do anything about it. You will know it's a divine selection. It's a divine authority. It's a divine spirit moving things. So he has a mysterious ways of working through divine power to get his work done and protect his people at all costs. He says, my sheep, they'll know my voice. They will know and they'll hear me. Okay? You're not lost out here. You're on the right path. Keep going. I told him I will use my walker by gradually putting yeah. And it's important because guess what? You still have to do work at home. You still have to do work at home. You have to apply pressure. You have to put in some work at home just the same way too. Because the whole healing process that you go to them maybe once, twice a session, but you do baby steps at home. You got to put in some work too. Like you're going to be doing work. It's not just, oh, I go to therapy once a week. Once a week is not enough. Maybe twice daily. Maybe if you're supposed to do an hour, guess what? Do 20 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night, half an hour here. Like do more, but take baby steps. Be comfortable in little, and once you get comfortable, then you do a little bit more. I don't know how your nutrition is, Carol. I don't know how your nutrition is. But insert some good stuff in your nutritional being. Collagen is one of them. Kale is one of them. That's very like superfood. I'm just, kale. Collagen. Add it to your tea, to your drink, to your shakes, whatever your smoothies. Get collagen and add it in. That's going to help some internal work. Okay? Remember, the body heals itself. The body is built to heal itself, but it needs nourishment to do so. Okay? If you need help on anything, check out my website, healingyoursilence@gmail.com. I'm sorry, right? At gmail.com. That's just the email. But on the website is healingyoursilence.org. Same spelling across the board, guys. Nothing changed. Healingyoursilence.org. Check out the website, book an appointment, and we could talk about stuff. If you need help nutritionally, physically, whatever it is, listen, go on the website. There's so much beneficial information there. You'll be surprised. And if you want to support your girl, there's merchandise there as well, too. I'm actually wearing one of the stuff from my line tonight, right? It's just a crown, right? Just my crown here, healing your silence, right? A lot of times your crown slip, but don't let it fall. Your crown might slip, but it's not going to fall. Don't let it fall forever. Don't let it fall. Guys, I y'all don't understand what y'all mean to me. You guys could have been anywhere else tonight and you chose to hang out with me. I appreciate your time. I appreciate who you're developing, who you're grooming into become, who you're Man, that passion inside of you, that person that you're becoming. I so appreciate you taking the time to nurture your soul, to nurture your spirit, to move in the direction that you're called to go into. Guys, man, we really got to work on something, man, and do something great for us. Like we really gotta do something great together. We deserve it, y'all. We got to figure out something. We got to come together. We got to do something, y'all. We got to figure out something. Thanks, Conita. Thanks, my love. I love y'all too. Like for real, for real. Like I really love you guys. Like you guys give me energy. You guys give me life. You guys give me hope. You guys give me everything fuel to know that this is what we're doing, man. A Zoom Christmas party, yo. I'm down. I'm down. And listen. Come here. Come here. Guys. Guys, come here. Come here. Come here. She's been popping in the door all night.
Because you were taking so long.
Guys, this is what I deal with, y'all. That's my mini me. That's the little one, y'all. That's my mini one, y'all. That's my mini one. That's my mini one, right? Carol, thank you for stopping by on the channel, Carol. Thank you. Go on. Go. Out. Out. Take this and go. Out. Go.
You took a waste packet?
Yes, please go. Please. Thank you. Guys, I'm always gonna be a mommy, okay? I'm always gonna be a mommy. And live in colors. I'm raw, organic. This is just me, guys. I really have done a lot of work for myself. My babies went through this with me. We were going through this together. My babies were so scared, hiding underneath the bed from this toxic person. Scared. And they would come to me and cry. I'm like, Mommy, we thought you were gonna die. It's okay, Mommy. Mommy, why do you let Daddy stay? Like, Mommy, we're scared. Like, listen, y'all don't understand how much staying with these people is hurting the people around you. It's hurting your people around you because you are doing it for love, but the people around you are hurting. They're in pain. I couldn't continuously watch my babies suffer and watch them cry and watch them. Thank you guys so much for the lovely comments about my baby. Thank you so much. TT, my oldest. Let's see if she want to say hi. Where's TT? Not you. You've done enough. You've done enough. You've done enough. Get out of here. um I couldn't continue to watch them suffer anymore. Guys, I really couldn't do it. I couldn't continuously watch my babies suffer anymore because they're a reflection of me. And whatever values and stuff that I instill in them, that's what they're going to do. But I'll tell you what I did really quickly and I'll let you guys go. I thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'll tell you what are the things that I started to do with my babies in order to help us get through this process together. At 8 o'clock, right? At 8 p.m., what I would do with my babies at 8 p.m., because I want them to be in bed by 8:30 for school. I would sit down with them and we'll read the Bible and we'll go through scriptures and we'll dissect it together. And I'll explain to them what it means, what this is. And we'll talk about manipulation. I'll bring them to the scriptures and teach them manipulation through the scriptures. I'll teach them trauma bonding as a topic, and I'll educate them on what trauma bonding is. And then I'll bring them to the scriptures and explain to them what trauma bonding is through the scriptures as well, too. That's what I did. I remember my oldest daughter, come here. I remember my oldest daughter said to me, Mommy, aren't you guilty of trauma bonding? Y'all, it's real, but it's raw. You know what I'm saying? It's raw. They hold me accountable. So I educate them. And what that tells me is that they're learning and they're paying attention. So when I teach them things, they're learning. So I teach them about trauma bonding, manipulation. Listen, guys, I don't hide them from my baby because they check me. They do. They check me and put me back in place and put me back in check to let me know that, mommy, you did such and such. Mommy, we need to talk. So we'll have our sit down time where we sit down and we talk about stuff. So 30 minutes before bed, we do a devotion. We sit down, we talk about stuff, we pray together. And if we don't feel like praying, I'm not going to if we don't feel like praying, we don't feel like praying. And if we don't feel like doing devotion, we don't do devotion. It might just be a time where we talk about stuff that's bothering us. So if I'm having an issue with them, that they're not doing something, that's the time where we sit down and we talk about it. And we're open and vulnerable with each other. And they'll tell me where I'm going wrong. And I say, okay, I'll work on it. I'll do better. Mommy, your anger level is going down. I notice you're doing better and you're changing. Listen, they're paying attention, y'all. Keep them in your prayers. Protect them. They're our tomorrow. Go on. Say good night.
Good night.
Go. Thanks. Be careful. They are our tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for the love. Thank you guys so much for the love. Thank you for the love. They will tell me that, mommy, daddy's using you. Daddy's using you. Can't you see? Like he's using you. He's using you. These babies will tell me that. But that's the thing. I don't shun their mouth. I validate them. I let them feel like, as if their opinions are important. Let their voices be heard. So I don't shut them up. I really don't. And it's good being accountable or having an accountability partner if you really think about it. That's like a free accountability partner. Like they're watching. So you're like, okay. But you know what I do too? I'm so vulnerable with them that I'll tell them that mommy is not perfect. I don't have all the answers. I could find out and get information for you. I don't know everything, but we could figure this out together. We're in this together. I make time for them. I validate them. I respect them. They're humans. So whoever have children and you're having challenges with how to cope with your children, coping mechanism with your children, you have an experienced person right here, living it, breathing it, doing it. They're breathing, okay? Oh, Vanessa Hario was calling for you on his show. He wanted to recap the amazing topic, y'all. Tell him I'm coming over there right now. I'm wrapping it up. Tell him, message him back for me, please, and tell him I'm coming. Tell him I'm coming. I'm on my way coming over. I see what's going on. Listen, y'all, we're a family. We're a family, y'all. We're a family. We're a family. You are safe. You hang around us enough. You see this message got right? You hung around us enough. I'm telling y'all, you gonna be just fine. You're gonna be all right. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get easier. For those of you guys who have not subscribed to Hario's channel, it's Hario. The spelling is right here on the screen. Hario over the top. Once you start typing it, it's gonna come up. I'm gonna be over there with him right now, and we're gonna be talking about a few more things, y'all. Come on over. Come on over. Come on over. Let's talk. Guys, please go ahead. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share this live. Share the information. I love you guys so much. So much. I pray that wherever you guys are going tonight, thank you so much for joining the Healing Your Silence family. What did I just open up, y'all? What did I just open up, right? Thank you guys so much for joining the Healing Your Silence family. We really appreciate you and everything that you do, every comment, every message, every concern, everything that you do is appreciated. And I really hold you guys dear to my heart. I really look forward to delivering a positive message or something to you. Anything I can do to help, please. I'm more than happy to. You spending your time with me, you hanging out with me, it means the world to me. Thank you. You could have been doing anything else and you chose to hang out with me. Have an amazing night. Hario, I know I got to go check him out. having a see, my baby knows Hario because we were living on these channels. We were living with her watching stuff. I'm telling y'all, it's real. It's real, real. Okay, guys, I love you so much. I love you so much. May God bless you. May He protect you and keep you safe and take you to and forth your journey safe. Thank you guys so much. Love you all. I'm gonna put my heart, my love, put some hearts. Like touch this and type in some hearts in the channel for me. Please click on this little face and type in some hearts so they know you love them. Right? Go ahead. Guys, go ahead. Type in your hearts in the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have an amazing night. I love you too. Oh, Kanita, stop playing with my emotions like that, girl. Don't be playing with my emotions like that. Franklin, man, love you. Love you so much. Carol, I appreciate you first time. Everyone who's stopping this channel for the first time, you see that it's only love. You see that it's real. You see that it's family, me and mommy. Guys, my baby and I said good night, y'all. Love you so much. Love you. Have an amazing night. Travel safe, guys. Travel safe. Please be protected. Be covered. See you next time. Just know that you guys, you got a mission. There's a calling on your life. There's a purpose out there for you. God's not done with you yet. This ain't over. The narc thought they won. They thought they won. That's why they smiling. But it ain't, they don't have the last laugh. They don't have it. Okay? They're not the author and the finisher of your faith. They don't know nothing. Tell them to try it again. We got this, y'all. We got this. We got this. All right, y'all. Love you so much. Remember, check out your girl, healnursilence.org, to check out shirts and stuff on the website. Y'all can support your girl that way. Love you. Kanita, we're definitely going to talk about a Christmas party, y'all. I'm going to put out some videos and stuff so we could talk about a Zoom Christmas party or something until we're able to do something bigger, plan a retreat and go hang out together with a retreat. So guys, we got to do something. We're going to plan a retreat, a getaway to go somewhere to go do something. We got this, y'all. Love you. I love you so much. Love you. Mwah. Good night, y'all.